LTE's walking towards a house.
Yeah, that's fair.
Keep going. Push the ball up.
I didn't want to become the monster that they made me to be.
On June 18th, 2024, multiple residents in Washington, Utah reported hearing gunshots coming from a quiet neighborhood. Police responded within minutes. When officers arrived at the home of 70-year-old engineer Joseph Bailey and his wife, 60-year-old Gail Bailey, they immediately realized something horrific had happened. The front door was left open. Inside the living room, Gail Bailey was found lying near the couch, covered in blood after being shot multiple times. Near the master bedroom, officers discovered Joseph Bailey suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. Investigators quickly searched the home, trying to determine whether this was a robbery or something more personal, but nothing appeared disturbed. There were no signs of forced entry and no valuables were missing. Whoever carried out the attack didn't come to steal. They came with the intention to kill, and judging by the number of shots fired, detectives believed the killer wanted to make absolutely sure the couple was dead. A neighbor soon approached officers with critical information. According to the witness, someone had been seen running into the basement shortly after the shooting.
Police department, step outside! If you're in the basement, step outside! He's coming. He's with a female.
Inside the basement, officers encountered Joseph and Gail's son, Corey Bailey, along with his wife. The couple told police they had been inside the home during the murders and appeared visibly shaken as officers began questioning them.
Corey, I know this is the hardest thing you've ever done, right? I need you to tell me what happened today.
So, me and my wife were downstairs watching the show. All I know is I heard shooting upstairs, and then my mother yelling and screaming, and then I locked the door to our room, and I started opening the window, and I got her out, got myself out. By the time we were climbing out the window, he was pounding on my door, trying to open it, and then I heard gunshots at the door there. I think he's trying to shoot the door open or something like that, or trying to shoot in where we were.
During the interview, Corey identified the suspected killer as his own sibling, Mia Bailey, a transgender woman formerly known as Collin Troy Bailey. According to Corey, tensions inside the family had been escalating for years. He also revealed that he previously filed a protective order against Mia after an incident involving a firearm.
He's schizophrenic. He's been going through a lot of issues lately and transitioning.
Any idea where he'd be headed now?
He started pounding on our door as soon as we were going out the window, so I have no idea. I don't even know how he got here.
So he doesn't live here?
No. He has a protective order against him already.
Police learned that Mia was homeless and possibly driving a yellow Kia.
What was he driving?
I have no idea.
We don't know, we just ran away.
What does he usually drive? You don't know?
He usually drives a yellow Kia. Okay. So.
Okay.
Using that limited description, authorities quickly issued an alert and warned nearby residents that the suspect was believed to be armed.
The only description I could get was skinny, slender, about 5'9". Sometimes wears a wig, unknown how long his hair is today.
As crime scene investigators processed the house, detectives began canvassing the neighborhood for surveillance footage and witnesses. One neighbor soon came forward, claiming her security camera captured somebody entering the Bailey home before later leaving in a yellow vehicle. At the same time,
I have that car pulling up at this time, and then these guys come running down at 7:12. So I can show you the full footage if you want.
Yeah, are you able to capture that or screenshot it? Or however you can do to share it?
Yeah, I screenshot it. I think I could share this video too if I can download it.
Okay, yeah, if you could send those over, that'll be great. And then
Yeah, because we heard it, and I watched him drive off that way, but I don't think
he did drive off that way?
Yeah, he went that direction. I'm not sure.
Okay. So was that him arriving or leaving?
Arriving at 6:58, he passes our camera.
6:58?
Yeah. And then they are running down yelling shots.
investigators tracked Mia's cell phone records and discovered the phone had recently been near the crime scene before suddenly going offline. Detectives later learned the phone had been discarded. As the search continued into the night, detectives contacted Mia's maternal aunt.
When the last time you talked with Mia was? And
5:47, I called her because her mother had called my mom, our mom, and they have not had a great relationship. And I said, what's going on? And She said my mom, she's very upset that her mom had called the hospital and put off her sex change operation. So she ranted a little bit about that, and then she said, I'm sorry, Auntie, I shouldn't yell at you. And I said, that's okay. It was a very, calm, fairly normal conversation.
According to the aunt, Mia had been planning to undergo gender transition surgery. Joseph Bailey had reportedly supported the decision, but Gail Bailey later intervened and canceled the operation. The aunt also claimed Mia's mental health had significantly deteriorated in the months leading up to the killings.
Okay, so nothing, she wasn't acting super crazy or upset, anything that would make you concerned that something like this was going to happen?
No. A couple weeks ago, she went into the hospital to get her meds fixed around. And she came out, but she's always been very docile around us. But, we completely call her Mia, and her sex change is fine. She doesn't have the things with us she
During
has with
questioning,
her parents or whatever.
Mia described feeling overwhelmed by financial problems, homelessness, and ongoing emotional
She had an
struggles.
incident with her brother, and then they, took out the restraining order, so she had to leave, and she's kind of just been here, there, and everywhere, and I don't really know, because I haven't had a relationship with my sister in 2 years, so I never talked to her. I have no idea how often. I know she talked to her dad more than her mom, but I don't know. Last I heard, the dad was taking her up for her sex change operation. Now, that's what she told me, that dad was going to drive her up and stay with her. The next thing I knew, it was off, and I just heard that today. So I don't know when that happened.
Hours later, at around 1 a.m., an officer spotted somebody matching Mia's description. Backup was immediately called in, but as officers ordered Mia to surrender, the situation took a dangerous turn. Instead of complying, Mia raised a handgun to her own head.
Mia, stop right there! Let's talk about it!
Officers suddenly found themselves facing a critical standoff. If they pushed too aggressively, Mia could either open fire or commit suicide.
Mia, stop right there!
LT, he's walking towards a house.
As Mia slowly moved toward a nearby residential area, officers warned that deadly force would be used if the situation escalated further.
What do you think? He goes towards that house. Do you want us to take him out?
Moments later, Mia disappeared into the darkness, temporarily escaping police containment. The following day, on June 19th, 2024, officers finally spotted Mia roughly 5 miles away from the original crime scene, standing alone in an open field. This time, there was nowhere left to run.
Mia, this is the St. George Police Department. If you come out with your hands up and comply, you will not be injured. Again, come out with your hands up, you're under arrest. Mia, this is the St. George Police Department. You are surrounded and under arrest. Come out with your hands up.
Surrounded by SWAT teams and armed officers,
Walk to us! Keep your hands where I can see them! That way. Come to me, come to me, come to me! Okay, go down on your knees. Go down on your knees. Put your hands on the ground in front of you. Yes. Slide your body back until you're laying on your face. Slide your legs back until you're laying down. Stick your arms out by your sides. Keep going. Turn your palms up. Do not move.
Mia surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. Police also recovered a 9mm pistol investigators believed had been used in the murders. Nearby, officers located and seized the yellow Kia connected to the case. After receiving medical evaluation at a hospital, Mia was transported to the Washington Police Department for questioning. Detectives began the interrogation by reading Mia her rights before asking what could have possibly led to such a brutal crime.
Let's see, being homeless after my family's abuse several times. And being 20 grand in debt.
You said you were homeless. How long have you been homeless for?
Well, let's see. I moved out. Yeah.
Where have you been living?
Well, I stayed with my cousins for 5 days. I paid them $250 because I didn't want to be a bum.
Yeah.
And, well, let's just say he kicked me out.
Oh. How long ago were you kicked out?
Just yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. So maybe is that kind of what?
Yeah, I guess you could say it's 11 o'clock at night, so the day before yesterday.
Okay, so 2 days ago from today.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. And so, what was the reason that you were kicked out for?
Well, I was kicked out because my cousin wouldn't let me. He asked, "Why are you up so sad?" And I told him there's a lot of things I need to understand, and that my neighbor pointed a gun at me and other stuff. So nobody believed me. Nobody bothered to investigate, and this is not the first time it's happened with somebody like that.
And then you said you were $20,000 in debt.
Mm-hmm.
What does that come from?
Well, that comes from our loans, because my brother's. This comes from my credit cards.
Okay.
It's expensive to be a single woman and trans on top of that, so.
Okay. So what kind of and like I said, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. What kind of expenses do you have doing that?
Well, it's like $512 a month just doing the trans stuff. So that's like getting laser treatments and medication to before until I got an auto injector. That was $125 a month. So that a lot of stuff adds up.
Oh yeah.
She claimed the costs associated with gender transition treatments had placed her deep in debt.
So being 28 years old now, at what age did you know that you wanted to transition?
I mean, since I was born, but the earliest I can remember is 2.
Did your parents know prior to that?
My parents knew, my mom knew for 3 years, since 2019.
Okay.
July.
Was that a big topic of contention between you and her?
It wasn't a huge topic, but she was more like, how could I put it, not very supportive. She was in shock, just didn't say anything. And then she's never supportive since, and she kept calling me my dead name and a bunch of other stuff, so. So they have a payment plan, and I had insurance. So they paid me about half of it at least, and I was gonna do like a payment plan.
Okay.
But my dad was gonna help me with a little bit of it, so.
Oh.
Mia also told detectives the planned surgery had originally been partially covered through insurance until it was canceled after intervention from her mother.
Up to it was, well, I got a call from my social worker from the hospital, and like apparently kind of broken HIPAA in a way. They shared the details at the hospital, but the worst one of us all was my mother contacting them to say no to the surgery. And, well...
So your mother contacted the hospital?
Yep. And so I knew I could probably appeal it with just if that, but she wouldn't. To say I was very furious, and I asked her, like, I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear, like, an explanation, and I'm sorry, and I'll do something about it.
Okay.
Anyway, she can't say sorry to save her life, apparently. And I tried giving her so many chances through my life, but that's besides the point. I had one thing going on, and she took that away from me.
I guess I don't. Can you help me understand? So, with you being your age, how is your mom in control of that? Yes or no? I mean, you're how old? Almost 30.
28, yeah.
And you're still getting, and your mom is the one that's saying yay or nay on a surgery that has nothing to do with it?
It was more like she was trying to sabotage it. Mm-hmm. She has always had boundary issues, that's why I never told her where I lived. I was going to kill myself several times, and I needed this so bad, and my mental ability was declining, and that's why I needed that surgery. I knew I was going down regardless, but I was like, well, enough is enough. I'm taking somebody with me.
So when did you have that decision that enough was enough and that it was gonna
The same day.
same day?
Yeah, when she refused to apologize.
As the interrogation continued, detectives asked Mia to describe what happened inside the house that day.
So when you walked into that house, was your mom your only target? Your dad just got in the way, or were you?
No, my dad was part of it, though, to a lesser extent. He didn't have my back when I needed it most once again, so.
Gotcha. So mom wasn't a target because she basically betrayed you.
She was a target because she betrayed me.
So
the biggest.
And then dad obviously is part of your mom. They're one and one.
They're both involved in it. They both in it.
Yeah, because I just wanted to.
Lesser extent.
I wanted to make sure that I clarified as far because that's what was confusing. If your dad was willing to pay for a little bit.
Yeah, and then he changed his mind on it because he didn't sell a Chevy and all that stuff. But
Were you able to tell me what happened at your parents' house?
I got parked there and pointed the gun. I told myself to throw away that part of me, really, that hesitant, like always. And I ran in the door and shot at her first a bunch of times, trying to make it quick. Dad was instant.
Where was your mom when you came in the door?
She was the second chair, or a chair closest to the TV, or the white couch, I believe.
Was your dad in the same room?
No, he walked out, what's going on, and I pointed the gun at him and didn't say anything. I shot twice my dad, and then I went downstairs with my brother and I said, "You ruined my life." It wasn't so much him. It was directed towards a message about my parents.
Mia admitted to going into the basement with the intention of killing Corey as well. However, after finding the door locked, the plan was abandoned. Investigators were then told something even more disturbing. According to Mia, Gail Bailey was still alive after the initial gunshots. Following the murders, Mia attempted to justify the killings by labeling both parents as narcissistic during the interrogation.
Do you remember actually coming up just in case, because I heard her bleeding quite a bit, choking.
Okay.
So I went to shoot her again.
Okay. So do you remember if was that after you came back upstairs?
Yeah. It was dad first.
And then you heard your mom that she was still
kind of alive. Yeah, some noise, there's still kind of alive. And then I shot her again.
What did you use to kill your parents then?
My gun.
Gun? Is it the same gun that you had when you surrendered to the police?
Yeah.
If you could go back to yesterday, would you change the outcome with your mom and dad?
I don't think there's any way of changing their minds, so no. If they change their mind, which I know they're not because they're so narcissistic, I mean, it would be played out completely differently. Their answer was on them. They had their chance. I didn't want to become the monster that they made me to be. I really wanted to be good. I really did.
Okay.
But like I said, that was a last resort, a last straw.
Eventually, the case moved to court. Despite arguments surrounding mental health struggles, the judge ultimately held Mia fully accountable for the murders. The killings of Joseph and Gail Bailey left an entire community shocked, not only because of the violence itself, but because it unfolded inside a family already struggling with years of conflict, instability, and emotional decline.
Because I can't live with myself. I am sincerely, deeply sorry to my family that I committed this atrocity. I wish I could earn forgiveness in time.
Or very chilling. The gravity of the circumstances, again, are there. And as to the sentence today, the sentence should and will be consecutive sentences. Bailey in case 2415-01193 to the charge of aggravated murder, a first-degree felony. You are hereby sentenced to serve 25 years to life. Count 2, aggravated murder, first-degree felony. You are hereby sentenced to serve 25 years to life. Count 3, aggravated assault, a third-degree felony. You are hereby sentenced to serve 0 to 5 years, always at the Utah State Prison, to run consecutive one with the other. Restitution will remain open. You are hereby remanded to the Department of Corrections to serve this sentence. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court will be in recess.
Great, thanks.
What do you think ultimately led to this tragedy? Was it untreated mental health issues, family conflict, or something else entirely?